So dear student, we have seen this aspect of section 12 when it was forward charges, and you have seen earliest. Even there is a continuous supply there also, either the statement date or payment date earlier. We have seen the reverse charges, earliest of these three. Okay, date of receipt, date of payment, or date after 30 days of delivering the goods. So this all we have practiced, and we did questions based on this. Okay, these all questions you have solved during the regular lectures, and we found other than if there is an advance received less than 1000, every time it is whichever is earlier. But if the advance received which is less than 1000, then choice is given to the supplier, and supplier is always going for the later period so that he can prolong the due date, he can pay the tax later on, etc., etc., etc. So with this we have finished section 12.1, section 12.2, section 12.3. Now what the section 12.4? What is there in section 12.4? Section 12.4 is talking about vouchers. Okay. The next question will be having based on vouchers. You did this question, you did all this question, you have seen the continuous supply. This question also we have seen. We did even reverse charges yesterday, and we solved this question, whichever is earliest taken. Now there is a voucher. Now for voucher, what is important for us? There are two type of voucher. One voucher whereby it is identifiable from where we can redeem the voucher. Okay, it is identifiable from where we can redeem the voucher. And the second type of voucher whereby we cannot identify where we can redeem the voucher. Okay, I'll give you the example. Like you have seen during FIFO, we have given you vouchers of McDonald's to be redeemed. Yes or no? Now let me put your chat box on. Yes. Have you received in FIFO vouchers of McDonald's? Because of pandemic, we were not having, serving food at the college campus. So there, in that voucher, you can redeem only and only in McDonald's. Okay, so that is called as identifiable. So if this is identifiable, then date of the issue of voucher will be considered as time of supply. Time of supply of goods. Time of supply of goods. Section 12, subsection 4, regarding vouchers. So if it is identifiable, then on date on which it has been issued will be considered as time of supply. But if it is not identifiable, suppose you got a voucher of Grovel Mall, okay, with the same value, 1000 rupees. So that 1000 rupees ka voucher you can redeem anywhere. In the mall, we have electronic shop, we have food market, we have play zone, we have garment, we have cosmetic. Yes or no? Yes or no? So in such cases, it is known as supply is not identifiable. From where I'm going to get? It is not identifiable. In such cases, date of redemption will be considered as time of supply. In such cases, date of redemption will be considered as time of supply. I hope things are clear. Once we'll do the question, you will get to know more. So let us solve this question. The next question of ours. Yes. This question, Reliable Industries are ready-made garment manufacturer issued a voucher on 10th of July to their prospective customer for enabling them to buy the ready-made garment manufactured from their shop. Customers purchasing the garment on 20th of August. Find out what will be the time of supply for the goods. Whether 10th July or 20th of August. Whether 10th July or 20th of August. What will be the right answer? Can I have your answer, please? Yes. Thank you everyone for the right answer. Because he cannot get anything other than garment. Yes or no? So your supply is identifiable. Yes. Your supply is identifiable. So that is why date of issue of voucher will be considered as time of supply. Got it? As per section 12 subsection 4 of CGST Act. Now let us take the next example. You all were right. Okay, because goods were identifiable. Let us take the next example. Shopper Stop store a large retailer who sells various products like ready-made garment, jewelry, cosmetic, fabric, shoes, etc. Issued a voucher on 7th of July, same, to their prospective customer for enabling them to buy any product from their shop. Customer purchased ready-made garment on 20th of August. What will be the time of supply for goods? What will be the time of supply for goods? Think and tell me the answer. I told you very clearly here, if the supply is not identifiable, then date of redemption will be considered as, if the supply is not identifiable, then date of redemption will be considered as time of supply. So what will be the date of redemption in this case? Whether it will be 10th July or 20th of August. Do you understand date of redemption? When actually you are redeeming those vouchers. When actually you are redeeming, you are giving and getting the benefit. Got the logic? Everyone? Got the logic, everyone? Okay, thank you. So if it is identifiable, then date of issue of voucher. If it is not identifiable, then I can take anything in such cases. In such cases, what we can say, that date of redemption, and many of you got me the right answer. That is 20th August. Thank you very much for your right answer. Now let us go to next section. That is residual method. Residual method is the method whereby you are finding regular returns. There is no date of delay date of filing the returns, etc. That is covered under section 12 subsection 5. Section 12 subsection 5 regarding residual method. And it clearly goes, if the periodical return is filed, periodical return you must be knowing, right? Like due date is next month, or accordingly the due date I am making the payment. Okay. Then in such cases, date of filing the returns will be considered as time of supply. Date of filing the returns will be considered as time of supply. If you are not filing the return on regular basis, then date on which tax has been paid, will be considered as time of supply. And same thing might be possible in reverse charges also. Why? Because your supplier is unregistered person. So recipient will pay the tax. So here also residual method will come. And if there is a provision of residual method, then date of entry in which you are making in your books will be considered as time of supply. That is what I told you. I will teach you residual method when we will discuss section 12 subsection 5. I hope you understood this concept. So if you are filing proper return on regular basis, then date of which when you are filing the return will be considered as your time of supply. If you are not filing proper return, then date on which you are making the payment will be considered as time of supply. Am I very clear? Okay. Now let us understand 12.6 also. If there is some additional value of supply, okay, if there is certain interest, late fees, penalty, delay payment, etc., if it is imposed by the government on any taxable person, then on the date on which the supplier receives such additional values of penalty or these things in their tax return, whenever they are getting from the information from the government, will be considered as time of supply. So try to understand. If you are filing the return, date of return filing. If not, on the date when you are actually paying the tax. If there is any penalty, interest, late fees, once you are getting the additional demand, that day will be considered as your time of supply. I hope things are clear. Yes? Now let us understand with certain example. So with that, all subsection of section 12 is over. With that, all subsection of section 12 is over. Sorry. So Mr. X is a supplier, receive a consideration in month of September instead of due date of July, and such delay he is liable to receive an interest amount of 1,000. The said amount is received on 15th of December. Find out the time of supply for the interest proportion and due date of payment. Due date, I think you know very well. 20th. Get me the time of supply for interest. Yes. And if there is a, if there is a time of supply of 15 December, then due date, then the due date, 20th of the next month. 20th of the next month. So what will be the 20th of the next month? That will be 20th January. Don't worry, due date is not there in your syllabus. It is there under section 39. We will be again going to learn in semester 6. I hope things are clear to you all till here. Till here things are clear. Tell me yes or no. So you have seen almost all the subsection of section 12 we have dealt with. So now we will be facing a different kind or new type of questions, which will be combination of all. Which will be combination of all. So this is the very simple question. Being the registered taxable person, procure the things from Government of Maharashtra. The chronology of event is given. Date of receipt, payment received, debited. What will be your time of supply? What will be your time of supply? Get me your answer, please. 24th, 21st, or 22nd? Amongst these three, whichever is earlier. Which is the earliest one? The earliest one is 21st September. So the answer for time of supply is 21st September. Okay. Now we'll be having different type of questions. Okay. Whereby the time of supply you have to mention over here. Again from ICAI material. Up till now we were, yes, thank you for the right answer. Up till now we were having questions from, that is why I'm telling you, please take down all the questions. These all questions I'm getting from CS, ICWA, CA material, which is not there in any of the textbook. From reference, different reference material, I'm getting it for you. Now tell me, what will be the answer for this question? Delivery of goods, this. Date of issue of invoice, this. Actual date of invoice is this. What will be the time of supply? Your answer, please. Your answer, please. Thank you, Aryan. Thank you, Shreya. Yes, earliest of the following. And your answer is here only. Just मैंने उसको earliest of the following. What is the earliest? Arey, earliest 22nd, 28th, 21st. What is the earliest date? Earliest of the following. See, I was asking what will be the right answer for this question. Ashutosh. So they may ask this kind of question also. They will give you 3 dates and they will ask what will be the time of supply. So among this, whichever is earliest, what you are finding is earliest. What is the earliest date? Whether 22nd March, 20th March, or 21st March? Yes, that should be your answer. That should be your answer. Here it is. Now here, 23rd March, 21st March, and 21st March. What should be your answer? Yeah, someone has got me all the answer. Yes, this is how your answers are. Whichever is earliest. Got it? Got it, everyone? So can we proceed for the next question? Thank you. Here. Again, if it is continuous supply, date of invoice, date of receipt of payment. Date of invoice or date of receipt of the payment. What will be your time of supply? I want your answer over here. Very quickly. Yeah, again, earliest of the following, and you got me the answers also. These are your answers. Yes, thank you. Similarly, let us do this question also. Let us do this question also and get me the answer. Again, the logic will remain same. Earliest of the following. Yes. And yes, these are your answers. So whether they may ask with that type or this type, the concept will remain same. If we'll go in detail, similarly here, let me, you may check, okay, this is due date, payment entry, credited in books, what will be the time of supply, whichever, this is date of invoice, that is invoice due date, that is payment, that is credited in books. So whichever is earliest was your time of supply. Earliest amongst all were your time of supply.